Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. Today is part one of our three-part Best of 2023 special. We are going to be showcasing a bunch of the best games of 2023. Before we get into that, just a few quick reminders. Prize submissions are live for Awesome Games Done Quick 2024. If you are crafty or have a unique gaming prize that you would like to submit, you can go to gamesdonequick.com for more information. Also, you can go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to learn more about our shows and what's coming up this week. See what our schedule is, anything like that. gamesdonequick.com/hotfix. With all of that said, we have our first game in our best of 2023. It is Starfield. I will hand it over to our runner and commentary. Let them introduce themselves.
All right. Thank you, Church. Hello, everyone. I'm Natami, and today we'll be running Starfield. This is the latest game from Bethesda Game Studios. And I have Hark here to commentate with me. Hark, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Hark, and I am here to commentate. I also have the current record for this category, but Natami is also a really good runner, so I'm excited to see how he does.
All right, thanks. Yeah, we'll get started here. We have a save that we load to start the run, so we don't have to watch a cutscene. And I'll try to count down here in seconds during the loading screen, so it's a little rough. And 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so at the start here, we're going to run past these two characters. What this will do is it'll make Lynn and Heller run forward, whereas normally they're on a scripted path where they tiptoe at the speed of a sloth. And obviously that's slow, so we want them to run forward a little bit. It saves about 10 seconds. And now we're waiting for them to get to a set point where we can then try to do a dialogue skip. The way that this dialogue skip works is you want to press the E button to skip the dialogue at the very end of Lynn's sentence. And what that'll do is that'll confuse the game and make her start her next walking path. Little things here at the start. Each time save saves roughly 5 seconds, but it adds up to a lot, probably about 30 seconds of time save, if not more, to just, letting this path, or letting the game do what it's supposed to do. And now, right here, Natami is going to skip Heller and look around and make the drill piece start a lot faster. Sorry, it's a little bit hard to explain this super fast because we're zooming. Yeah, we want to zoom.
There's a lot going on. We spend just over 2 minutes in this intro cave that they probably intended you to spend like 10, 15 minutes in here, but we don't have time for that. We got artifacts to collect. Here's the first one. Artifacts,
the great mystery of Starfield, where it grants you special powers and visions and all that good stuff. It also grants you a couple minutes or a couple days worth of comas.
Yes,
so we're going to be waking up from that.
Yep, and then we'll we'll back on the surface here with our favorite characters, Lynn and Heller again. And we'll go through our character creation screen in just a second here.
No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still.
Yep, and we're going to be selecting a couple of character traits and a very specific background. I'm going to make sure that you pick the background that I think you're going to pick, but as far as, Bounty Hunter. So Bounty Hunter, Alien DNA, and Terra Firma. Bounty Hunter allows you the use of jetpacks and thrusting your ship, which will be very, very helpful in a couple of space battles.
There we go.
And now, right there, and Natami goes backwards and mushes his hands together with the hydraulic press so that he can pick up a jetpack through a very small gap in the door.
Yep. few more dialogue
It's all for
skips.
science.
And then we're gonna equip that new pack in our helmet, so we go outside, and we're gonna favorite our cutter as well. We'll need that later.
Rock, that's for sure.
And fun fact here, if you wait for Lynn to open this door, as soon as she does that, you can just walk through it, because doors don't have collision anymore. But if you open it yourself, it still does have collision. Come on, give me the pistol.
Yeah, for some reason, whenever a NPC opens up a door, it doesn't have collision. We see that one more time in the run coming up.
Yep.
And what you saw right there was Natami picked up a pistol and then aimed down his sights behind a piece of cover. And what that'll do is the next time that Natami aims down sights, it'll teleport him back to the exact position where he set up we're calling a cover slide.
Yep.
And this is the only place in the run where it's useful. But it is pretty useful because we have a lot of running back and forth to do to skip a lot of stuff.
Yep. And I'll set up another one here so that we're gonna go in this elevator to skip some dialogue between the characters and then come back up. And as soon as I come out, I'll trigger another cover slide that I set up to teleport me back there. If you've watched any Fallout 4 speedruns, it's probably a pretty familiar concept to you.
But thankfully in Starfield, it's really easy.
Yeah, this
Because I hear the
tricky.
cover slide.
Got it.
Yeah, that one right there, you have to make sure you hit a trigger that starts a piece of dialogue. But if the dialogue starts going before you do your cover slide, the cover slide gets nulled out, and obviously we don't want to do that. It's probably like
Get a few frames.
less than half a second.
Yeah, not much. And now magically there are pirates here, which we need to fight.
Make sure you pick up your rescue axe
Yes, thank
because
you.
you don't know where to get one later on.
Yep, I'm gonna grab that now, and then we'll head
Yeah,
back to
that definitely
Barrett.
picked up. Barrett's here, which is nice. Sometimes Barrett is way off in the distance because reasons.
I've even had him like over the railing, just like off in the landscaping.
Yep. You got a new job.
More dialogue skipping. And Barrett's looking at the wrong side of him, but he's gonna give us his watch now.
The best animation ever.
Yep. The inferior pit boy that we're given here. And then we're gonna say, I don't want to talk to you anymore. We're gonna go take his ship because this belongs to us now.
It is unfortunate that you did not get amp and you got the greatest what is it called? The greatest medical thing ever Synapse Alpha.
I guess it's an intelligence stimulant, but yeah, we got Synapse Alpha.
It makes your brain less smooth, but unfortunately, it makes the run more smooth. So
Yeah,
we
there's
don't want that.
What would you say, like 10% chance to get amp there from the ship?
And about a 1% chance to get double amp, which has only happened to me probably 3 times.
Yeah, it's rare. But amp would save us about 10 to 15 seconds during this split, but unfortunately, never lucky.
And right here, we have to wait for a lot of dialogue to go on through. We're just going to put a point into everything since that's what the game wants us to do. And then here in about 20 seconds, there's going to be a ship that spawns that we're going to instantly destroy because reasons.
Yep, this is our kind of space flight and combat tutorial here.
Pilot, are you familiar with ship combat tactics? Because that's a Crimson Fleet ship bringing its weapons.
Looks like the ship is nice.
Yep.
Very good, very good.
Oh, we're going to
The
bonk
ship
into it.
has a semi-small chance to just straight up boost and get behind you, and it loses a lot of time because it makes extra dialogue happen, and it loses about 20 seconds if you don't instantly destroy the ship.
Yeah, one key part to preventing that boosting is, you notice I waited like a second after it spawned before attacking it. Just by waiting that, it makes it less likely that it'll boost away from you. So, and now because we killed 2 ships, now we get to do it with, or sorry, we killed 1, now we get 2. This one usually boosts its away, that's fine, we'll come back for it. Just throw a bunch of missiles and all our weapons at these guys. And then finish this guy off. And now we're going to do some interesting stuff. We're actually going to stand up before we travel to our next location. Reason being, this saves the kind of ship traveling through space animation and makes it faster overall. And we do a similar thing when landing. You'll see this every time we land on a planet. You stand up out of your seat, you start standing up before you select where you want to go. And then you land again while you see the cutscene, and end up saving time overall because you don't have to watch those long landing and traveling cutscenes. So,
And normally, if you try to pull up your map as you're landing, it'll just pause the game. But because of the fact that you're in an exit animation, it overrides what the inputs do. So it allows you to pull up your map instead of pausing the game.
Yep. Right, and we just killed the Crimson Fleet captain who was threatening to take us down, so now we can go back to the lodge and proceed. I'm gonna, oops, wrong key. I'm gonna quickly open my inventory here and bind some stuff while we wait to be scanned for landing. As soon as it does,
right here is pretty much the only time where you fully stand up before you actually land on the planet, and it's only because of the fact that you have to wait anyways.
Yeah, and we're getting ready to do the first zip clip of the run, which is how we are able to teleport through walls. So, Hark, you want to explain that for me?
Hey, Bosco.
Right, so whenever you're in third person and you have a melee weapon out and you land and you block, the game will very briefly send you at a really high speed. And if you pause the game as you're getting that high speed and you load the game for like a couple frames, the collision doesn't check and it allows you to get through the wall. Pretty much is the gist of it. And we're going to be doing this a lot, and it sucks because it's a 3-frame trick, arguably 2, but no more than 3. And now right here, we're going to be getting argon, metabolic agent, tetrafluorides, and toxin, and some shotgun shells.
Yep, and I should note, that time I got the zip clip on my first attempt. That is not normally the case. Usually you have to spend at least a few attempts before you can successfully get the wall. And this is a new trick here we just learned about yesterday from a YouTube commenter from Tomato Anus video about Starfield speedrunning. But if you stand in front of the mast, a little train there, when you travel with it, you don't have to watch a long cutscene. It'll just instantly teleport you to where you need to go. So very helpful. Thank you, YouTube commenter. But now we're heading over to the lodge, which is where Constellation lives, and we'll be able to proceed with our main quest here.
And for everyone that complains a lot about loading screens in this game, well, this sequence, yeah, bad news. This next minute or so, it's gonna be full of loading screens. Like, absolute, like, this is the most loading screens in a minute. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to this person a little bit. We're gonna teleport. We're gonna go through a loading screen. We're gonna go back into the lodge, loading screen. We're going to pick up a map, loading screen. Go back inside, loading screen, and yeah, it's great. There's a lot of we love loading screens.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's so good.
The reason we do it here is mostly to skip dialogue as well as NPCs moving around, but yeah, it becomes a little tedious. And as soon as Mateo finishes line there, go back again. Do say anything.
Loading screens, it's so good. But it's fast.
Yep, this time we get to place down the artifact that we got. And back again.
All right, we have one more loading screen, and then we can finish up this dialogue sequence and then continue on with the game where we're gonna go down into the basement and craft amp, which ups your movement speed by 35% and makes you jump twice as high for 2 minutes.
Yep. First, we have to research that. So let's come in here, create a bunch of inputs, and then come craft it. And now I'm going to do some research into my skills here. I'm going to level up Persuasion and Astrodynamics. Persuasion is for the very end of the run. There's a big persuasion check, which will kill your runs mercilessly. And Astrodynamics is so we can grab jump further on a single jump. And now we're going to use...
And now we're coming over here to buy a new ship, which allows us to do the last grab jump at the end of the game. And we're going to put on some extra engines to grab jump a little bit further and put on an extra weapon and a new cockpit. The new cockpit will make it to where you can stand up faster, which is useful for the rest of the game whenever we jump from system to system, because turns out standing up all the way and then pulling up your map to fast travel is faster than going through the normal animation of the ship charging up to skip from system to system.
Yep. And fun fact, the money we bought the ship with is money that we stole from that guy just a few minutes ago. So
we gave it back to him. See, we're nice thieves.
Luckily, he didn't notice us taking it, so it's all good. And I'm going to make a quick save here because we're entering the first sequence break. Park, you want to explain this one?
Yep. So Hyla 2 is a planet you go to way later on in the game. And you have to go to a specific part of Hyla 2 in order for the game to progress. But as you see, we clicked on a very weird place on the planet that doesn't have any markers or anything. The marker isn't supposed to show up until way later on, but we're just going to simply just click where the marker would be, basically. And then just land. And now we land on the surface and we use a outpost so that we can fast travel to it because it's faster than walking. And there's a chance here that the world will go not solid, but it looks like you avoided that.
Yeah, we're not sure exactly what causes that. Sometimes I think it's when you change. I don't think you're changing cells, but changing sections of a cell. The collision of the floor just won't load, and you'll just fall through it, which actually ends up being faster. But we don't really know how to recreate it yet. So for now, we're just gonna boost back and try not to take massive fall damage on this.
I can sort of recreate it like every time, but
maybe Hart will share that info with us later.
The secret is to just go fast.
Gotcha.
And now we're boost packing a lot along the water because it's faster than just swimming. And because of the glitch we did to land on the planet faster, we cannot interact with this map. So we have to make a quick save and load it so that we can get our HUD back, which allows us to interact with this map here that we have to interact with in order to progress.
Yep, you'll see us do that quick save, quick load a few more times during the run. Now we're going to talk to these characters that we're supposed to have met already, but because of that sequence break, we have not met them. But that's okay, we can still talk to them anyway.
It also has a very funny side effect where one of the characters that we're about to talk to is going to be doing a face reveal, and we're kind of supposed to know who it is, but since we didn't do the game right, the game is going to use a placeholder NPC for the person behind the mask here, and we're going to be like, huh. This is supposed to be a big reveal? I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, we're talking to Daft Punk here. And because we broke the game, we get like a placeholder NPC, as Hart was saying. But
yeah, this is supposed to be one of the Constellation members who was supposed to die, but since no one died, the game doesn't know what to do. So it's like, all right, use placeholder NPC, I guess.
Yeah.
I have. You've never. You're going to tip it.
Keep talking to these guys. They like to talk a lot.
I wanted. Yes.
And then we'll think that we're free to go, but they'll rubber band us back and talk to us again.
Take them. Here.
Give us a key.
That is all I have. You should all part of me.
Now we're free to leave. So now we're going to head back to the lodge. And we're going to pick up some quests from Vladimir. He's going to tell us where some artifacts are that we can go and collect.
All right. Coming up here, there's a chance that one of the characters is going to spawn in the floor. We like to call him Baby Walter if it happens.
Yeah, small chance, but it's always funny when it does.
Wait.
No, it did not happen.
I don't even.
Yeah, for some reason, Walter can sometimes, like, his head can just be on the chair. It's great.
Because Bethesda.
Let me know.
Because Bethesda.
This last glimpse.
He's giving
Get your
us
smile.
quests here. And then we're actually not going to do those ones he just gave us. We're going to go back to our solar system, Sol, and check out a base that was on the moon here. While we'll start a recording that we need to listen to.
It took so long to pass this right. Like there were so many theories about how to skip this recording up ahead, because this recording has to finish before you gain access to a specific portion of one of the missions. It's so dumb that you have to wait for the dialogue to finish, but you do. So instead of just waiting, doing nothing, we're just gonna split up the missions a bit. We're gonna let the dialogue play out while we go and complete other tasks, so that we're not just sitting around.
I guess I didn't stand up all the way. It's not letting me open map. That's fine. This is interesting.
It is. I think that, yeah, no, this is fine. This is fine. You're good now.
We're good. We're good. No worries. No worries. We'll just exit ship. Totally intended. I cannot.
Wait, can you not move?
No.
Okay, that is a soft lock. That
Okay.
is a soft lock.
We're gonna load back here, and hopefully this will fix it.
That autosave might be too late.
Might have to go one more back. Yeah. Okay, we get it back to Luna now.
All right. Fully intended time loss. Don't worry about it.
Yep, just RNG
We're-
manipulation. And we will try this again.
All right. Make sure you see yourself stand. There you go.
I think I was a
There you
little
go.
too quick on the travel there first time.
2 frame
Too
perfect.
fast. Yeah, just too fast. There we go. Okay. And sometimes when we're in this state where we can't see our UI because of the landing glitch, we'll actually open our scanner because that allows us to see our boost pack meter as well. So it's a little helpful. But we're gonna come down to a cave that has a bunch of pirates in it, or actually spacers. Quick save, quick load to get our UI back, and go grab this artifact down here.
It's a clean shot from here to June. One day the computer will be on board the spaceship just to
All this trouble because Bethesda wants you to watch 20-second long cutscenes that aren't important.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty popular mod for casual play that like removes most of those cutscenes, but of course the speedrun we're not running any mods, so we have our own little tricks. Here, because we can't fast travel from right where we come out, we have to travel to our ship first, and then we can fast travel to our next objective. Which is actually going back to Earth. Now that NASA recording is finishing up, we can head towards the NASA launch tower where we can grab another artifact.
No, we still have to wait for like 5 seconds at the door, but it's a lot better than waiting for 30 seconds at the door.
Yep. I remember from some of the earlier runs before we got the route fleshed out. Just have to sit here and wait, and it felt terrible.
that there's also a glitch that we have yet to reproduce consistently, where if you land on a planet as these guys are in the middle of their dialogue, sometimes sometimes you can get the dialogue to overlap and it'll end the dialogue way quicker. But we don't know how to consistently do it yet, but it seems to be pretty frame perfect. And now amp should be either off or wearing off.
Yep,
because
off.
we do not want amp for zips here. Yep, zips are back. We're going to be doing a lot more of them now.
This is a slight variation where if you get a certain higher speed frame, you do a hard save and a load instead. The timing on these is a little bit more forgiving than the traditional zips, but of course it's still just a few frame window you have either way. So, but we got through first try there as well, which is nice. I'm gonna pause just a moment here to get my boost back because I don't want to fall. I'm spamming lots of quick saves during this.
Yeah, the pathing here can be pretty rough if your boost pack management isn't the greatest, but usually we would be on level 2 boost pack by now, but unfortunately it looks like enemies are not being nice today.
Yeah, usually you'll get it on Hyla during the sequence break. Some NPCs can go in combat with you, but did not get that this time, so that's alright. Going in here, grab the artifacts. And then guess what? Another zip clip.
Another zip.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
And this will teleport us back to the elevator at the start, which is very nice.
I think it was another first try. Yep.
Very nice, very nice.
And then just like that, we're back out here and we're gonna go talk to these guys.
Also, there is another glitch that the community has been wanting to find for a long time, or figure out for a long time. A lot of people have reported their saves being corrupted to where every single time that they load a quick save, they'll basically teleport really far away from where they made their save. We do not know how to reproduce it yet, but we have a vague understanding of what's happening. We just don't know how to make it happen. But it would probably be the greatest. It would change the speedrun route a lot and probably make the run go down to sub 30 minutes pretty easily.
Yeah, I think we've been referring to as coordinate storage, right? But if you're familiar with other Bethesda games, it's also similar to a load warp where you can teleport your character between different coordinates.
Yeah, basically what happens is it saves coordinates from another save, and then every single time that you make a new save, it stores the wrong coordinates, and go to where you previously were, kind of. And it works in every cell, so each cell has its own set of coordinates. And I don't know, it's not good.
Yeah, we got another first try zip clip there, which is amazing. So we didn't have to wait for Ethan to open the door and give us a big long speech. So now we're in a Nishina research facility where we're going to pick up another artifact. But because of the experimentation they were doing here, there's some weird time and space anomalies happening. So you'll see us switching between different universes. And we're going to try... I don't think I got that. If you don't get that first try here, then Raphael grabs you and makes you talk to him. I did that wrong. There we go. Now we close out.
What is it?
I'm going to keep trying to teleport through his wall. This is my least favorite clip of the run. It's least consistent for me, so might take us a minute here.
Yeah, I agree. This is definitely the worst zip clip in the entire run.
I saw the blood.
Like every other zip clip in the run is pretty consistent, except for this one. It has to be this one that is like the worst one.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like different levels to the floor and lots of debris on the floor, but Usually within a few tries, we can sneak it out. I think I was late.
You got this. You got this.
That looks good. Might have been too far from the wall. Let's check. Yep. So close, so close. There we go.
Yeah, even Tomato is he struggled a lot with this one to the point where he had to speed up his explanation video times 10 to skip all the bad attempts.
Yeah. And there, after we went out of bounds, we dropped through a gap in the floor, and we did what's called COCing. Well, actually, it's a kind of COC. So in Bethesda and most creation engine games, if you go out of bounds and you fall into the void, they'll attempt to first upwarp you. If there's any space above you that you can stand on, they'll try to put you there. And if not, it'll send you to a predetermined location inside of the cell that is set by the developers. So we kind of use that to our advantage by either going to that predetermined location or upwarping to the space above us. So that's what we did there to get next to the elevator. And then we did another quick zip there to go through the elevator on the other side, and we come into the artifact room here. Hit a bunch of switches and then grab the artifact. And this is actually the final artifact that we'll be grabbing for the run, because now we'll be heading off to face off with the hunter and the other guy whose name I forgot.
Emissary.
Yes, the emissary. Thank you. But first we need to go talk to Raphael real quick and tell him he can join our ship.
Also, Bethesda did a really good job of making sure each enemy in whichever universe you're in is the most annoying enemies in the run.
Yep.
And in the non-destroyed version of Nishina, you get mechanical robots that do more damage than like any other enemy in the game. And then in the universe that we're in, there's spiders that just chase you around relentlessly and tackle you. It's great.
Yep, and every time they hit you, they'll like stun lock you for a second. It's super annoying. But now we have to do a few grab jumps to get to our final destination because we don't have quite enough range. Gonna go here, stand up, and I'm actually gonna pop an amp before going to the next one, because it'll kind of time out the amp ending with when we do our next zip clip. And now we have our final space fight.
All right. I'm gonna do a reminder for you here. Make sure you use your ship thrusters to spin around and do those 720s.
Yes, thank you.
720 no scoops.
So here we're fighting with the emissary, the hunter, and one other random starborn. The two main characters will go down to the planet when they get low, but we just have to completely destroy this other guy. Oh, come on. I'm going after.
Using your ship thrusters here is probably the most important part of this fight.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure if you're Oh, yeah, you
yeah.
are using. Okay. Yeah. It makes you turn a lot faster, which is something that you really want to do because all the enemies are going to be really far from you and behind you. And yeah, it's great.
Yep. Now that we got rid of all those guys, we can go land on the planet again. At the buried temple.
And right here, you're supposed to go through a lot of fight stages where you're fighting Starborn and whatnot, but since that's slow, we're just gonna say nope. We're just gonna run right past them, and they're not gonna chase us because they're like, well, even if he tries to enter the buried temple, he's not gonna be able to because one of us has a key that he needs to get inside. Well, we have a key of our own. It's called a rescue axe.
Yes, the rescue axe is the skeleton key that can unlock everything. Just teleporting through walls. Oh, just got it. There we go. Okay.
That jump is a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah, your boost pack management is very important there.
And now that... Oh, wow, you almost got that.
Yeah, I like zip clips by accident. That might be it. I'm still on amp, so it's a little hard to tell, but I think that might have been first try through. Nice.
Nice.
Go to this door. And then here comes the final zip clip of the run. I'm still on amp. Yep, there goes. It wore off just in time.
This one was also kind of difficult, at least for me, but other people have a lot more success with it.
I think that was too far away from the wall. We're going to try it anyway. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this one's also difficult because it's a very small space you have to go through, and the game really likes to make you go either into the fridge, as I call it, or the or the beam on the side. I like to call it. I call it a fridge because it just looks like a fridge whenever you're just like mindlessly going for a zip. It's like, man, I could. Maybe I should take a break here and
get a sandwich. Yeah,
get a sandwich or a Kool-Aid, something like that.
Yeah, that looks good. Let's see if I was close enough to the wall there. Yep, there you go. All right, I'm gonna pop an amp as soon as we're through, and then do some parkour here on the outside of the base to get our get us to the elevator there. I put my rescue axe away.
Technically, there is another zip you can do, but
we don't speak of it.
But it's bad.
Yeah. During this elevator ride down, we'll hit another time and space anomaly, which will take us to an alternate universe, I guess, and show us something. While you're there, you could do a zip clip to get out of bounds and skip the last part of this elevator ride, but I think to save time, you have to hit it in your first 2 attempts, which is normally not the case. And also the setup is very difficult, so most of the time...
Yeah, it saves a maximum of like 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's usually if you're on a good world record pace, you'll go for it. But most of the time we just sit here and enjoy our break. But we're coming up on the final space fight now, so we're going to be fighting the Starborn and some summoned soldiers he creates. So we're going to grab this here shotgun. And we're going to grab all these meds. We only need 2 of them, but I find it faster to just grab everything.
And Natami's going to be setting himself up to try to find Guardian Fiona. I call him Sir Teleports a lot.
I think it's way back here.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, he's pretty far back.
Oh, what he's doing.
Yeah, he likes to just teleport around because he's like, man.
Yeah, and he's active camouflage, so he's hard to find. But that was a good fight there. We got him in 2. So we'll come over to the door here. While we're waiting, we're gonna pop our Frost Wolf and our Hippo. The Frost Wolf will let us walk a little bit faster once we're in the Unity, and the Hippo gives us a increased persuasion chance, which we're going to need here for the speech check that is right at the end of the run and is super RNG because of course
make sure you set a save.
Yep, just a quick save.
Very good.
Drop a few there.
All right, hopefully we get this first try, but the game can do a little trolling.
Yeah. Okay, let me cook. All
right,
there we go.
We cooked. Let's go.
Just like a plain cooking mama.
Yeah, that speech check has killed many a record.
Yes, not only is the chance of success RNG, also the options they give you every time is RNG. I think most people try to aim for the +4 options, which are medium chance of success, as well as they halfway fill up your success meter. So, but I lied earlier. This is the final artifact that we're grabbing. I forgot about this speed and artifacts. But now we have everything we need. We're going to head back to our ship and get ready to enter the Unity.
So we're just gonna enter our ship here, go to a screen here and add our artifacts that we have grabbed, and we're gonna travel out to space, and then we're just gonna teleport our way over to the Unity. Pretty good run.
Yeah,
pretty solid.
the zip clips are actually extremely solid. Usually they take me many more attempts, so happy with that.
Yep, only one gave you really bad trouble, and
yeah,
of course it was the worst one.
And apparently I glitched it and have my shotgun out. That's not supposed to happen, but No, Bethesda games are like that sometimes. Okay, put it away. And this is actually ourself.
You made it.
If we had seen ourselves in the character creation earlier, you would see it's the same model.
I am as much. I have seen all.
Just painted some dialogue.
That's good. In order to be.
Oh, and time is coming up as soon as the screen turns white.
I have enjoyed.
Yep, so
But yeah,
start fade to white, that'll be time. And yeah, this has been Starfield.
Although you leave
And
a new universe.
that's time.
GG.
Choices.
All right, yeah, that's it. Make sure if you've enjoyed this, think you're interested in the run, check out us on speedrun.com. We have a great Discord server. Lots of people willing to help you. And yeah, this is just gonna play an outro cutscene, so that's pretty much all there is to see.
it's also the loudest part of the game. Everything else is like minus 40 decibels, but of course this cutscene is set to plus 100 decibels. It's great.
Jeez, really? Holy crap.
Pretty much. It's really loud.
That's
yeah, sorry
wild.
about that.
Thank you,
right.
Bethesda. Very cool.
Thank you both so much for that excellent showcase. This game has come a long way in the, 2 months? 2.5 months? So,
Yeah.
It came out, September? Yeah.
That's come a long way in a short time, so that's super impressive and awesome of you both to come on and showcase it. So thank you both so much.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, that was absolutely my pleasure. With that said, we do have more games coming up, so if you, again, like they said, if you enjoy Starfield, be sure to check out the Discord, the speedrun.com page, check them out, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with Dead Space, the remake.